What up? What up? Top of the top. What's up? What's up? What's good? What up, y'all? Good morning. Good to see y'all. Good morning, Alpha Mia. What's up? Good morning, Sharon. I seen you in here early, Sharon. Jay Goodball, what up? What's good, man? Good morning, man. Lady Love. Who else in here? I seen y'all cooking in here early. Black Barbie, John Shaft. Good morning, Miss Jackie. Good morning. How you feeling today? Stacy Stewart, what's up? Yeah, salute to everybody. What's up, y'all? L Blizz, what's good? Good morning. Y'all know we back again. Danielle Walker, Vlad Riot, what's up? What's up, Nevin? Yeah, y'all know what's up. Y'all know I'm going to holler at y'all, man. We going to get through it today. We back again. Days flying, and we moving. Episode 295. We almost at 300. Anyway, glad to see y'all. Good to see y'all. We're talking about today, man. We talking about a couple things today. I think we got a couple updates. I'm gonna be talking about Kingvon's Killa, Lil Tim. I was just talking about Kingvon yesterday, wasn't I? I was just talking about Kingvon and lildurk and the shooting in Atlanta and how some lot of suspect things going on with Atlanta. That whole DA thing is some funny things going on. I just spoke about it yesterday. I'm gonna be talking about that because Kingvon Killa got arrested for something totally different. I'm gonna be talking about that. I'm also going to be talking about Kodak Black and Monica. They saying that they messing with each other. They like a little couple, whatever. We gonna take a look at that. And y'all know that's the front. I got other stuff to talk about. The real shit that's going on in the world. We're gonna talk about it. Y'all already know that. Other than that, we back again. Happy to see y'all. Shout out to my people that's here. Shout out to my people that's not here. Shout out to my people that's listening. They're gonna catch the replay. That's what it is. Don't forget to share the video on whatever platform. And that's what we just gonna vibe. What up, Big Phil? JE, what's good? I see the bros in here. Shit, we lit. So without further ado, y'all waited long enough. It's time to get it going. That's what we do around this time. Let's go. Kingvon Killa. I don't gotta say alleged. This is a fact. He also spoke about it, bragged about it. It is what it is. But the question is, he not in jail. I mean, he out on bond or whatever, I guess. But there's still some funny stuff going on. But we neither here nor there. It's just funny because I was just talking about him yesterday. So anyway, let's look. Kingvon's alleged killer, Lil Tim, arrested on drug charges. According to a report from the Georgia Gazette, Lil Tim, the accused shooter in the Kingvon murder, was reportedly arrested in Georgia on drug charges. Yes, Lil Tim is locked up. And Lil Tim growing up too. Lil Tim look like he playing around getting high too. See what I'm saying? That quick. Lil Tim been living a stressed life. Also, Lil Tim been walking around with a shit bag on. See, these dudes are weird, like I told you. When in your life have you ever seen somebody proud to show off a shit bag? Told you these dudes are savages, they animals, and they fucking lost. According to a report, I just read this part. Hold up. Lil Tim, aka Timothy Leaks, was arrested and charged with possession of a Schedule I controlled substance. Also, Leaks was hit with another count of possession of a Schedule II controlled substance as well as marijuana possession. He had less than an ounce. And in my opinion, these controlled substances either was Molly, meth, cocaine, perk, fatty wop. It was one of them top drugs. See, it ain't hard to tell Lil Tim getting high. Told you, you see the difference in the skin. You see the difference in niggas' face start getting sucked in. See that? You see Lil Tim right here? You see how if he had a full face, and then you see right here that face start getting sucked in. Told you, man, that's what that meth do. See, one thing about that meth, you can't hide that crystal meth. It's gonna show. And that's the problem. A lot of these people hooked on crystal meth, which is worse than crack. Right here, Lil Tim look like he got the lockjaw. But yeah, he is the one that killed Kingvon at the club. Like you got to remember, this dude is not a paid security guard. He's not a paid security. So I don't know what in his mind thought he can jump out the van and kill somebody, but obviously he did it. And to this day, we don't even know if that whole fight was staged. That whole event could have been staged to get Kingvon out the club. Also, the rapper Trouble was at that event that night. He's dead. That same club where Kingvon got killed at, after Kingvon got killed, they said about 3 to 4 people have gotten shot and killed in front of there. The same hookah lounge. And I told people before, what some people don't understand, some of y'all go, what's up, Sassy? Good morning, Sassy. What's up, Sassy? Good to see you. What's up, G-Rock? I told y'all this before, right? This is what I learned. A lot of these clubs that people be going to, the police own some of them clubs. Some of them clubs are owned by the feds too. The club was something they used to catch drug dealers, hustlers, gangsters, see, because they can't catch you on the street, but they'll catch you in that club and get you in that video and get you spending money and get you and your whole crew together. A lot of people got indicted off going to them clubs too. So I learned a long time ago that some clubs, put it like this, this is how you'll know. You ever notice how some clubs get shut down quick? And then you got some clubs that ain't never got shut down no matter what happened. People died, killed, they never get shut down. Then you got some clubs, they get shut down quick because some clubs are owned by the police. Some clubs are owned by the city. Some clubs are owned by the government. A lot of people don't know that. I'll give you an example. If people that saw the movie Donnie Brasco, and it was about the cop, the police, playing undercover, and when he was trying to catch the mob, he took them to a club in Florida. But the whole time that club in Florida was owned by the feds. And that club got everybody locked up. But they've been using that same formula for years. All you got to do is peep that some clubs are never shut down, and there's some club and other clubs always get shut down. Some clubs are sanctioned for the bullshit. So that's why when I seen Kingvon got killed at this club and it didn't shut down and more people was getting killed, and that's the same hookah lounge where a girl busted a girl upside the head with a hookah and busted her head, and they never shut it down. I already knew what time it was. And when Kingvon got shot, don't forget, police was right outside down the street the whole time. So what made Lil Tim have the courage, the balls to kill this man in front of the club? Mind you, they could have just jumped Kingvon. Don't forget that too. They could have just jumped him. He got out the car like it was a planned hit. That's my opinion. So when I seen Lil Tim walking around, that ain't surprised me at all. And for those that don't know, Lil Tim is tied with Quandorondo. Quandorondo is tied with NBA Youngboy. They say that Kingvon had a friction with NBA Youngboy, allegedly, over that Asian brat chick. And there's just a lot of funny stuff going on because Lildurk and Kingvon had an open case. So you got to remember one thing. Sometimes it could be something real going on and people create a lot of spectacles around it. You seen that with every movie. You seen that with Malcolm X. Remember when they said, when they jumped up and said, get your hand out my pocket, nigga? But that was just a distraction for the killers to run up and smoke Malcolm X. Those are programs they run. They've been doing that forever too with assassinations. They create fake beefs, fake spectacles. And then the person they want to get is always the person that end up dead. And did it look like it was a regular? Biggie and Tupac, same thing, y'all. It looked like some beef going on. But the whole time, both of them dead, nobody, no killer found. You see what I'm saying? It ain't hard to figure this shit out. Anyway, I don't get paid to crack cases. I just had to talk about that. Now, mind you, he sat out his own mouth. After Vaughn's murder, Tim spoke on the November 6, 2020 shooting. This year, November 6th, if I'm not mistaken, time go back. November 6th is always the week of election. On the November 6, 2020 shooting, saying, this what Lil Tim said. He spoke about the murder. He said, no matter where you at, any part of the world, any country on the earth, a nigga will have wanted their partner to be there for them. So Lil Tim, he takes credit for being there for his homeboy. Who was homeboy? Quandorondo. Because remember, Kingvon was beating him up. So instead of them getting out, mind you, Lil Tim was in the truck with other people. They was deep too. He ain't get out and jump him. He got out and assassinated that man. I'm gonna call it assassination because in my opinion, that's what it was. It wasn't just no shooting. That shit was assassination. And we know for a fact, and to this day, mind you, didn't I just say yesterday, I said Lil Tim still walking around. Well, until yesterday, he was still walking around. Now he locked up. Right after Lil Durk charges get dropped. See that? Lil Durk charges get dropped, Lil Tim get locked up. And both of them has something to do, or should I say both of them were around Kingvon. Or both of their names are in the Kingvon situation. I say that. See how you see how the game, you see that? I'm trying to show you how they're showing you the game right now. Lil Durk get 5 charges dropped. What up, Wax? Lil Durk get 5 charges dropped. And then right after that, Kingvon shooter get arrested. But he got arrested for something else. He arrested for drugs. But either way, they know he had to be on lockdown. Because all key players in that situation gotta be gone. A lot of funny stuff going on. What's up, Shayna? A lot of funny stuff going on. But what I learned, this is also something I learned recently, y'all. All of these distractions have to do with the midterm elections. See, I was on my listening yesterday. I was listening to a particular conservative, and he was breaking down some stuff. How they downplaying. He was speaking on how Nancy Pelosi downplaying the inflation. They were speaking about how the country is being rocked right now. They were speaking about how the barrels of oil was. They were speaking about how Trump had it for 20-something. Now they at 70. Stuff like that. But it's midterm elections, and the key thing that I heard, they say that the Democrats are losing. So therefore, you already know what that means. That means a lot of stuff got to go on. Also, another code I cracked. Remember when I told y'all, in my opinion, I said that Kanye West is a troll, Candace Owen is a troll, and Antonio Brown. My point is, Candace Owen, Kanye West, they are trolling Democrats. I already told y'all that. But now I got to understand it. They are the ones trolling for the Republicans. So Kanye and Candace's job is to distract the Democrats, because at the same time, they losing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Kanye is trolling the Democratic Party. That's why he's saying outlandish stuff. That's why he's doing certain things. It's to throw them off. That's his job. But they say that the Democrats are losing. I'm talking about in America as a whole. A lot of people are pissed. A lot of citizens are pissed off, and they not feeling what's going on, and a lot of people feel a certain way, and they feel like they was lied to. So that's why you're going to see the only defense they keep coming with, they keep talking about fucking January 6th. They keep talking about people storming the Capitol, and Trump told them to storm the Capitol. But then I thought about something. That shit hit me so simple. And I'm like this. I'm like, if Trump would have sent, all I'm saying is this. And like I say, I'm not big enough Trump. I'm just calling it down the middle. I'm calling what I see. If Trump sent somebody, why he ain't sent an army? Why he ain't sent a so-called army, or, you know, real people that's going to do something? And why is he getting blamed for sending them? If I told y'all to go jump off the highest building in your neighborhood right now, you ain't gonna listen to me. That don't mean I made you do it. Some people did that at the Capitol because that's what they wanted to do. But you're gonna see that's the only defense they got. The only defense the Blue Gang got right now is talking about January 6th. That's the only defense. And this shit is getting lame. It's played out. What up, Annette? So I'm just saying, midterm elections are going on right now. Very, very important. And remember, mind you, don't get it twisted. We all know about selected, not elected. But I'm going to tell you something. When I'm learning, that ain't the truth in every case. From the low levels to on the low levels, it do mean something. Even if it got to do with public opinion. That's why they've been playing these voting games. That's why you've been seeing a lot of machines. My point is, if election is not real, why do they go out their way to deal with all these damn distractions? Now, I understand when you're dealing with the presidency and all of that. I'm talking about when you're dealing with Congress and all of that. Congress and governors, those be real elections. And my point is, we just trying to focus on the presidency, but a lot of us don't know shit about the midterm election. We don't know about Congress. We don't know about how the stage gets set. But anyway, people that know, Democrats are losing right now. That's why it's a lot of different things going on, and it's a lot of. We about to get into it, man, because I gotta watch what I say at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, and the Blue Gang, in my opinion, is behind it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to that. Let's talk about Monica and Kodak Black. Monica and Kodak Black. Kodak Black and Monica on Gunica timing right now. So we know this is probably a publicity stunt. Or they could really have feelings for each other. Who knows? But one thing I will say, I got respect for Monica. She cool. What's up, Rondell? Monica is cool. Monica always carry herself like a lady. You know what I'm saying? She always did. And I say Monica smart, but everybody know Monica do mess with them thugs. You know, she was messing with C Murder, who in jail for life, Master P brother. She was messing with Rocco, the one who brought out Future. Monica is laid back, you know what I'm saying? But so when I see her and Kodak Black, it was kind of trippy, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And this is what I be talking about. This son I wanted to point out when I was talking about how a woman still could be sexy and still do what she do, and she ain't always got to portray herself as a goddamn whore all the time. You know what I'm saying? I think Monica is a perfect example of that. But that's all I'm saying. But these two, what y'all think? Y'all think this is a joke or y'all think it's for real? I think it's just a publicity stunt. I think they're just good friends. But maybe she can help straight Kodak Black out a little bit. Because you got to remember, that's what certain men like him need. He need a woman to keep him focused, because all them birds that Kodak Black be dealing with, they're gonna keep him messed up out here. So now mind you, she 41 and I think Kodak Black is 27. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But you see Monica holding up guns, right? Monica holding up the shooter sign. Yeah, that's why I told you, man. Some of this stuff is bugged out, man. It's bugged out. You know what I'm saying? And Monica, this Kodak Black with Monica, her mother. Now, the only thing you got to remember about Monica, when she was young, they made her sing that dirty song. Well, I ain't going to say it was a dirty song, but her first song, Just One of These Days, a lot of people don't know she was singing about being on her period. A lot of people don't know that. And guess what? She also was on Arista. Arista, same label as Whitney Houston, same label as Brandy, Puff Daddy and the Boys, CEO Clyde Davis, who loved to make people sing nasty, dirty songs. But that's what she sung as a teenager. Don't forget, Monica came out when she was like 13, 14. You feel me? You got to remember that too. That's what ties into that whole Aaliyah stuff. You got to remember, at that time, they were looking for those children stars. You got to remember that. Brandy came out as a teenager. Monica, Aaliyah. It was a lot of them. It was about them teenage stars. But little did we know, yeah, they was marketing them teenagers to us, but those teenagers were also being watched by grown-ups. But that's what's trendy in the 90s. It was all about finding that next young talent. So that's why when Monica had that song, just one of them days, she was talking about a period. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to remember, they staged that fake beef with her and Brandy, because that was a marketing plot the whole time. They was on the same label. With that whole thing, the boys' mind and all that. But just saying, her and Kodak Black, I just think it represents how weird things just are right now. That's just how I look at it. And maybe she's just trying to piss a lot of people off, you know? It is what it is. Maybe she's trying to piss off some of her exes. I don't know. But it is what it is, y'all. Hold up. That's it. When I see Monica, I see that video with them damn white shoes. Did you ever see them shoes she had on when she did that song, Walk Out of My Life? Oh, man. Big Phil said some publicity stunt, man. J.E. said, Clyde Davis, the original Hollywood Chi-Chi man. I agree. That's right, because Clyde Davis is outright. He go both ways. He's an official swinger. That explains why Monica and Brandy was singing like they were grown. Yeah, that's a fact. They had them young girls singing grown songs. But I will say this. Monica, as a young girl, had a grown-ass voice. That's a fact. She did. Because we got to remember, too, that also was a time when it was based on talent. You got in the game then, you had to have real talent. That's what it was. If you had talent, you was going to get a deal, period. That's just how it went down at that time. If you had talent and you connected with the right people, you got a deal. You know, that's just a fact. So that's why you got to remember, everybody back then did not sell out. They didn't have to do all that. They came with all those different things when rap started going in a different, when entertainment started going into a different bracket, even though they still was playing them games. But if you had a strong team around you, you didn't get caught up in those industry games. They knew who to approach with it. Even to this day, they still know who to approach with a lot of that stuff. That's everybody don't go through the rituals and go through all that neither. It's about who you are, who you know, and how you're moving and what you want. Because sometimes them executives will ask you what you want. Now, if you want to be a star, a superstar, you want to be on top of the world, and you trying to do all this and that, then yeah, you're going to have to do a lot of shit. But if you just want to do your job, make good music, entertain, and get out the way, and you know what I'm saying, you let it be known you just on a certain level, then a lot of time that's what you're going to get, meaning they're not worried about nobody not trying to become a superstar. It's the people that try to become superstars, they pay prices. You get it? Because they look at it like this. If you ain't no superstar, eventually you're going to fade out anyway. So they'll make their little money off you, make their couple dollars with you, and then after that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of time it works. But it go a lot of different ways. But anyway, people say this is a publicity stunt. Oh, this is gross and fake. I'm ready for the next topic. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the next topic. So I just had to speak on this BS because when I saw it, it was weird. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird. And it just represents the time we in where you're gonna see a lot of weird stuff that it might not even make sense. To them, it might make sense, but anyway, man. I don't know what to say, y'all. And look, don't get it messed up. If I ain't reach, it wouldn't be nothing to talk about. Because Kanye trend starting to turn down. The trend starting to turn down once again. Y'all see that. So you know how to put something together. Anyway, let's go. Now, this ain't nothing major, but this shows you how you got hackers. A hacker stole and sold Lil Uzi Vert music, but he got sentenced to 8 months in prison. He made $148,000 from all his sales. He hacked 89 rappers and stole 1,200 songs and was getting paid. That's another thing, y'all. Lil Durk, to get 5 charges dropped. But this man right here, he getting 18 months for doing hacking. Get it? You see it? I'm showing y'all, man. If people still be questioning people snitching or not. This man getting 18 months for stealing songs. People out here that did outlandish crimes and they still walking around. Anyway, let's continue on because it's a lot of BS today. But this something right here. Shout out to Cracky. What's up, Cracky? I know you probably watch it. Subscribe to Crack Your Instagram if you be on the gram. But anyway, I had to post this story. I posted this real quick because I know Tasha K and Nicki did a live the other day, but what was something funny, when Tasha K was talking to her, you see the face Nicki Minaj made. She literally rolled her eyes on her face like, this girl disgusts me, and then was talking to her. But I just wanted to show this picture, how she was straight disrespecting her on her face. You see, she was rolling, she gave her a grit and rolled her eyes straight on Tasha K's face. You got to remember something. Yeah, Nicki might be talking to Tasha K, but she don't trust her like that because she know Tasha K be coming for them pedophiles. Don't forget that. If you don't think Nicki seen what Tasha K did, Charlamagne coming for him and exposing R. Kelly victims, trust me, Nicki know what time it is. But anyway, it was also said that Nicki and Tasha K was conspiring against Cardi B. It's all alleged. I ain't saying it's fact. I don't know. They also said that Tasha K been lying on Tiana Taylor and other people. I don't know. I'm not going into that. I just wanted to show y'all this picture, how Nicki Minaj was straight disrespecting her on her face. She was, I said, wow. Anyway, let's go. Now, back to the real shit. As you see right here, CPS, a child trafficker ring. Nancy Schaefer was right. Remember when I was telling you this ain't the time you want to get your kids snatched, but guess what? CPS is with the smoke too. Child Protective Services. In different states, it's called different things. This is another formula they're using to take your kids. If you get your kids taken in CPS now, you might not never see them ever again. And as you see right here, this is the proof. Saying that CPS, this particular CPS, is a front for a child trafficking ring. Because remember, you got a lot of people that's rich and got a lot of money too. They want some kids, right? We got people from different communities that want kids, right? You got to remember, it's nothing for somebody to cut a deal with a social worker, pay a social worker a certain amount of bread, and next thing you know, that social worker is trying to take your kids under some bogus circumstances. And the whole time, they're going to put them kids in a particular household, but little do you know, that particular household pay that social service worker out the back door. I'm telling you, they are paying 10 to 20, 30, 50,000 for humans, 60,000. Because remember, we're in a weirdo world. Remember, I showed y'all yesterday those digital women and all that. Those are the people that buy a woman. A dude after a while get tired of looking at digital chicks online. He want a real chick. He's already a weirdo. He got money. So what's the best thing for him to do? Buy him a chick. And the younger they are, the longer they can have them hostage. This is what's going on right now, y'all. Sick stuff going on. All in Halloween month. 3 New Yorkers ordered cocaine from the same delivery service and died from fentanyl. They all died from fatty. Look at these faces. Look at these people. See, they look regular? A lot of people out here getting high, y'all, because a lot of people have been stressed. A lot of people have been broke from the pandemic. They being broke from the economy. They being broke from life itself. All of the drugs are laced with fentanyl. I've been talking about this for a very long time. Now you see it playing out. Look like that one couple right there. She's pregnant. All the drugs are laced. And don't forget, fentanyl is part of the population control. The numbers that die from these fentanyl cases are not going to be recorded. They're not going to be recorded like they was recorded the C-19 numbers. And people still get C-19 right now. Ain't nothing changed. But I just wanted to see y'all. I wanted y'all to see this to kill the stereotype. Cocaine, long popular amongst New York professionals, is now often tainted with fentanyl, catching users unprepared and driving drug fatalities. I told you a lot of people are ODing and they putting it under different terminologies, playing word games. A lot of people are on drugs. As you see, So 3 so-called white people. But a lot of people thought it was just a hood thing. No, it's an American thing. It is a warfare. Just to show you the update and the real shit. So what we got, y'all? What's the agenda? Snatching up kids and ODing on fentanyl. You got both right here. It ain't gonna stop. Co-owner of Gold's Gym plane disappears. Said to be carrying his partner and their children. Plane disappeared. Rich man out of here. I could have sworn planes had GPS on them. So we know this right here is something fishy about this too. Just showing you that anything can happen, anytime, any place. Because that's why I say, y'all, let's be real. Look, ain't nothing going on but real shit. Therefore, what we say, y'all, day by day, we see all this shit slowing down. Everything is just slowing down, right? Because this is the state of where we at. People sleep. Nothing really matters. The only thing really going on is beef. Let's be real, if it ain't no beef or no smoke, ain't nothing really going on. That's on every level, on every single level. Big, high level, low level. Like I said, you got the politicians beefing. You got celebrities beefing. Get it? Everybody's beefing. That's the only thing really going on. Other than that, it's no entertainment. That's why I said a while ago, you can't even get a good laugh no more. So I be laughing at people who think they serious. That's why I get my laughs off now. Because ain't nothing really funny going on. But I just wanted to show y'all that there's a lot of weird shit going on. Other than that, let's keep it pushing. Now look, yesterday was Drake's birthday. That ain't nothing special. I just wanted to show y'all something real quick. I want to show y'all idol worship. I want to show y'all part of the reason why everything is messed up right now. And I just want to show you how lost people are and how we all have been lost. Now check this out. Happy birthday to the greatest artist of all time. No words can describe what you mean to me and what you have done in my life. Proud and thankful for witnessing one of the most astronomical careers in music history. More life, more blessings to my idol. I just wanted to show y'all how people worship these people. I just wanted to show y'all idol worship. False idol. No, Drake is a good entertainer. He makes good music. He was a good actor on Degrassi. He's very talented. That's where it stops. All that worshiping these people. I'm just showing you the situation with Drake, but this is with damn near everybody. People have been taught, we have been taught to worship other individuals just because they sign a contract, they put cameras in their face, video effects, and we think these people are God. But that's part of why the world is in hell. No, you should be worshiping somebody in your family like that. You should be worshiping the Most High, actually. Ain't supposed to worship no family. But I just want to show y'all idol worship. Basically, this person want Drake nuts all in their mouth. Basically. If it take a celebrity to inspire your real life, you got a problem. You get it? No words can describe what you mean to me and what you have done in my life. Do you see that? If your life depends on a goddamn celebrity, you already lost. Now let's take a look. What does the Bible say about false worship? In Isaiah 58, the prophet talks about true and false worship. At the heart of false worship is that it is all about us, all about what God can do for us. A warm feeling of self-satisfaction. The key thing of false idol worship is self-satisfaction. What? Make you feel good. A contrast, true worship hurts because true worship changes things. This is why people don't want to go and deal with the truth. Because what? When you're dealing with the truth, it's some things that come with it. You're going to take some losses. You're going to go through some pain, ache, and heartaches. You're going to go through some suffering. So people think they can get inspired by false idols. People think false idols is also material things. So people think they can worship people because they got things, and that means it's going to work out for you. Or if you follow in their footsteps, you're going to be successful too. That's why they created false idols. That's why they got a thing called American Idols. Because it's the whole thing of the idol is for you to follow that entity and think you're going to be straight. The same way people worship false gods and think they're going to be straight. But then they realize their whole life get flipped upside down. True worship is paying attention in detail to that which is real. And we know what the greatest real thing is. And part of that is truth, but this is what I'm going to show y'all. What are examples of idols? Anything you place above God. There are many idols we struggle with, and many of them creep into our lives without us realizing. Here are 7 unsuspected idols that might be creeping into your life. Number 1 is family. A lot of people don't understand that right there. How is family an idol? Because some people think it's all about family. What I mean by that is you're supposed to love your family, honor your family, but you're not supposed to worship your family. You know how you got some people that can't do nothing without their family, or they still listen with everything their family said? That's only because they're not listening to God. My point is that you're not supposed to put your family over God. You're not supposed to put your family over you. You're supposed to make your own family. Was that not written? You're supposed to make your own family. I'll break it down to nature. Within nature, ain't the whole purpose of when that mother have his offspring, the whole plan is for that offspring to go about his life? You don't see animals become grown and hang around their mother and their whole family their whole life, because you're supposed to spread out. That was already written, meaning you're supposed to know your family. You carry your family name. You carry the family name with dignity and honor. You love your family. You communicate with your family. But in reality, you're supposed to live on your own, separate from your family. And a lot of y'all, a lot of us, we all been through it. I said it before. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. When I be around my family too much, I start getting a lot of bad luck. I noticed this shit years ago. I don't know what that shit is about, but it does have to do with them so-called family curses. And maybe that's part of it too. You could be in a family that's already cursed and you sitting there playing around with your family. You know they ain't shit. You know everything about them, and you still messing around with that damn family because you putting that family over the Most High. The Most High got a plan for you, but you worried about family. See what I'm saying? What else is a false idol? Wealth. We already know that part. A lot of people think they can buy their way into heaven. People think they can buy their blessings. People think money make them. How could money make a man when man made the money? Like I said 1,000 times, that ain't about shit. Wealth helps you live a better life on the planet. Yes, it does. But wealth don't make you an individual. Wealth don't make you nobody. You did? Why? Because at the end of the day, you still gonna bleed. You still gonna go in that ground. You're gonna get in that casket. Like I said, you're gonna still smell musty. You regular. Prosperity. Now, prosperity, don't we got a lot of prosperity preachers, Creflo Dollar and all the rest of them? Those are fake idols, deceiving people. They make them think the closer they get to God, the more prosperity they're going to have. That's what they got them people thinking. You feel me? They're going to have prosperity by going to church. A lot of people go to church to hear the preacher. But you got to understand that preacher is just performing a show. A preacher ain't no different from a rapper in a club. No different. His purpose is to rock the crowd and get the money. That's why you'll see most preachers do more screaming, hollering than they actually do talking calm. You ain't noticed that? Why preachers don't just talk calm when they're reading? Why they don't just give you the perfect detail, the perfect clear understanding? Why they always got to scream and yell and be extra dramatic? Because that's their job. And they're going to preach that prosperity because they leading you astray. False idol worship. Get it? Career success. Many people worship their job, their career. You think you better than people because of your career. You think you better than people because you get a big check. You think you living your best life because you got a good career. But if you putting that career above the Most High, that career ain't gonna mean shit. that career could disappear. Meaning you could have a good career, your whole life be upside down, your whole life be trash. Nothing go right. You got the career, but your husband keep cheating on you. You got the career, you feel me? But you always in some shit. Because you ain't spiritually inclined. Also, we know about images, idol worship. Now you understand what when you post a picture online, on any social media, what it say? Image. Many people worship false idols. They worship false images. They worship images of others. All day, 24/7, 365 a year. They always scrolling, worshiping images. That's just one point of it. Mind you, these are all my opinion. I'm just giving one aspect. You give yours. What else is another false idol? Romance. When you got so many people acting like they're in love, or, you know, it's the same thing where, put it like this, a couple, what they say that prays together, stays together. But you could do all that romance shit and that relationship don't mean shit. How many times you seen people buying people roses? They putting flowers on the bed, all type of romantic stuff. And what happens after that? They still break up. And don't forget, romance come from Romans. The Romans started romance. And in my opinion, romance also was dealing with man-on-man activity. All of these sayings come from somewhere. And you got to understand the culture of the people that put these words out there. That's why I told you about Cupid, Valentine's Day, the arrow shot in the booty. All to me, that means something else. And that's why they got to get you to indulge in all these holidays to deal with idol worship. Called what? Valentine's Day. But all that is blasphemy. Because the only real love is the love for the Most High. And when you and a person are unified as one under that same prayer, strength, and energy, y'all life go to another level, because you actually sanction y'all as a couple to be protected by God and all outside forces. That's why the people that pray together, you ain't gonna break them up that easy. It ain't gonna happen like that. Or even if they do make mistakes, they can find forgiveness. Why? Because they dealing with another power. False idol, romance. I could do anything that seems to strike your emotions, but that don't mean it's real. I just made you feel good for a little while. Get it? But safety and security is another false idol worship. Meaning people be thinking they good and I'm straight. Yeah, you good and you straight for now until what happened? A plague, a disaster. You see what I'm saying? You can lose your false sense of safety any day. Your house can catch on fire. Anything can happen in this world. So my point is, when you're putting all this stuff above the Most High, you're not respecting who controls everything and make everything happen. What you're supposed to be doing is praying, thinking, and giving praise for everything that you got and obtained and sustained. That's really what it's all about. Hold up, what Ms. Deja said. I'm just now realizing these influencers that be gifted cars be leased. They be leased cars. I thought the Rolls Royce Jada got was paid for. Yeah, all that stuff was a front, y'all. Guess what? Anybody in this chat room right now can go rent a Lambo or Bentley right now. You go rent it right now. There's spots that charge $500 a day. Depending on where you go at. $400, $500 a day. That's what they've been doing in video shoots forever. Some people rent the car just to take a whole bunch of pictures for that day. Because if I'm trying to promote myself on social media, why not invest a couple dollars in myself? Why not put some money into taking pictures in front of a couple of Lambos? Why? I'm boosting up my image. See it? Image. See that? False idol worship right here. Image. Told you. It's nothing. That's what most of these people do to deceive you. They boost their image. They finesse their image to make themselves look a certain way to appeal to the eye of that which is lost. That who is lost. You can't outshine God, but man gonna always try. And the way man tries to outshine God is showing you, hey, look at all this stuff I got. And then they're gonna say what? God has blessed me with all of this. But that ain't nothing but a trick, because it's done by the devil every day. The devil already know what you love. That's right, marketing techniques. I see you back in the building, AP Wiz. What up? What's good? That's right, marketing techniques. That's what they use. You know what I'm saying? People that want to trick you and get your money always got to use marketing techniques. You got to remember, people go to college for that shit. That's why I told you half half of these big platforms and big companies, corporations, they got big teams behind them. They got a whole, y'all know how the office floor look with the cubicles and all the people sit. They got people that sit around behind desks all day pushing, typing all day, pushing shit, pushing products, pushing people. Y'all know about e-commerce. You got people that sit on computers all day. They are marketing teams. You got marketing firms. They went to college for that shit. And their whole job is to paint pictures, get in your head, make you spend your money. That's what it's all about. Making you buy what they selling. That's their job as a marketer, schemer. Well, I mean, actually marketing and sales is legit scheming and scamming. How many of y'all did telemarketing? Telemarketing is legal scheming and scamming. That's all it is, y'all. So that's why I was trying to tell my people too. A lot of hustles that we did, you got legitimate versions of that too. Don't get it fucked up. Like, if you're a person that scam and run game out your mouth, you could be a telemarketer. And the top telemarketer get big bonuses and all that. Maybe you got companies that be scamming old people. Not really scamming them, but they be making them buy stuff they don't really need and want. Stuff like fast talking. You got many different avenues. I told you, if you like to be online all day, it's nothing to get a data entry job. You ain't got to do nothing but type in shit all day. Shipping and receiving. You can learn how to ship and you just be shipping and entering packages in the computer all day. You ain't got to do shit. So I was just trying to tell my people way other shit you could do that you could use your street tactics for. You feel me? The same way you like to ride in a van all day and trap plays and make money, you can just get some money doing FedEx, just dropping off packages. Fuck it. Still delivering, you still getting paid. And FedEx get paid every week. And FedEx hire, and if I'm not mistaken, FedEx don't even do drug tests no more. It might depend on where you at, but if I'm not mistaken, they don't do drug tests no more. So I've been trying to give my people ideas, man, ways you can get money. That's right. If you can sell drugs, you can sell anything. That's a fact. So that's why I was trying to tell brothers that we in a different time now. You got to just take them same hustling skills and apply it to something else. And don't forget, you also can apply it to yourself when you're trying to sell some legit. Don't matter. The same way you selling drugs, you can push your cleaning company. You feel me? It's mad stuff you could do. We just got to change our mind and start doing different things. That's all. Ain't nothing changed. We just got to change. And because that's what they did. Mind you, the people that run the world, they did all the foul shit. And then when they got their money up and they got legit, they flipped the script and they went legit. And they built, I'm telling you, a lot of these corporations was built off dirty money from back in the days. They just legitimized their shit. That's all that happened, y'all. But anyway, I just want to talk about false idol. And my point is the only way you're going to know you worshiping a false idol is when you indulge in all this shit and you don't get nowhere. That's how you know. You don't go to the next level. Anyway, enough of that. Now, look, I posted this yesterday. We got proof. See, in my opinion, I just said it. Look, in my opinion, Antifa, BLM is a legal gang. See what I'm saying? In my opinion, they are a legal gang. Did we not see them go from hood to hood and tear shit up? In some situations, didn't they beat people up? And that one, I could have sworn that young white boy had to smoke one of them, had to smoke some because it was getting crazy out there. And I was looking at Antifa, and I started breaking it down in my head. I said, look, I see the word anti right there. Could that be anti-federal authority? That's how I was looking at it. Anti-FA, anti-federal authority, meaning they're against the government, they're against everybody, they're against everything. And I'm just freestyling, but I know one thing, wherever they go, they call destruction. Now, Kamala Harris is now denying she raised bail money for Antifa and BLM. They say they was all raising money for, remember I told y'all, how the fuck you think all of them people was getting all over the place? They was putting them on planes and paying for their hotels. And their whole job was to come to your city and fuck it up. And the people that was fucking up your area, they wasn't from there. This is the shit they was doing. But as you see, this man right here caught her slipping because they say she tried to deny raising money for these groups. But as you see, they dug in the crate, dug in the stash, and pulled up her old tweet. If you're able to chip in now to the MN Freedom Fund to help post bail for these protesters on the ground in Minnesota. People forgot a lot of people got locked up in Antifa and Black Lives Matter. because some of them was getting sacrificed. Some of them probably got stuff on their record. But those are the ones I told you. A lot of them didn't have no job. A lot of them quit their job. A lot of them got tax money. A lot of them signed up with these organizations to get free hotels and free travel. And they was going around the country fucking up shit. So in my opinion, Antifa and BLM are the shooters. They put in the work for the blue gang. You get it? It's all in your face. They got hitters. Some people might feel like the Proud Boys are the hitters for the Republicans. These people got hitters and subsets, and they got low-level games to do the dirty work. Man, this stuff is getting real crazy out. But my point is, that's why I'm showing you how these people are really beefing. Republicans and Democrats are beefing, and they got other people under them that they got hitters. Therefore, it's a lot of shit going on, which represent the country is upside down. Right now, it's like we don't really have we got a false sense of security. That's what I'm being told. That's what I'm analyzing. They saying all of us are in a false sense of security because in reality, the country is on one leg. And the number one way is financially. And all we got to do is look around and just analyze what's going on. And don't forget, the number one thing I forgot to talk about. They blaming that whole migrant crisis on the blue gang and Moneybag Joe. They saying that migrant thing is so out of control right now. And the man, I told you, I was listening to a conservative yesterday. And one thing he said, he broke down some of the things we already talked about, how a lot of these foreigners are coming here. And he said that 9 of them got caught that wasn't supposed to be here. Basically, 9 of them was on a government list. 9 of the migrants that got caught was on a government list. So basically, it was breaking down how a lot of terror cells are now being established in the country. People who are against the government, against us, that are now living here. You know what it's called? It's called Mexican Mafia. It's called MS-13. It's called the Mexican Spanish gangs and all Venice. All the people coming here that are not about a good life. What I mean is they the ones bringing in the fentanyl. I already broke all that shit down. The fentanyl is the warfare. You see, remember when the country was looking out for terror cells with Bin Laden and all of that? Because what happened back then, y'all? They was looking for the terror cell that was going to be next to try to what? Blow something up. The new terror cells are labeled as the illegal, dirty migrants, the foul ones that are here to sell fentanyl. So before we had to watch for terror cells for bombs, now they're watching these terror cells because they saying they're the ones pushing all the fentanyl on the people, the Americans. Told you that Fetty Wap is a warfare. When we look up, man, it's gonna be so many people that died from ODing, man. We ain't gonna have a clue because they're gonna say it was because of so many different things, but it's gonna be a lot of people dead. That's why, I call it the replacement. They're not tracking these people coming in the country. I have no idea how many coming in, but I know one thing: they're coming in every single day, and they're coming in by the loads, by the thousands, and they're putting that all on Moneybag Joe. They saying that was the whole plan. And that's why they're saying that America is falling and America is at the lowest level it's ever been in history. That's what's being said, y'all. So they're saying that these people, the blue gang, are purposely destroying the country. And yes, it was another school shooting yesterday in St. Louis. Months ago, I told you they ain't going to stop. Every year around the same time, this is what happened. Why y'all ain't asked the question why these schools are not heavily guarded with police and stuff like that off the rip? Why these schools don't have metal detectors like when you go to the court? At least in an elementary school, right? Don't it make sense? Because it's showing you it's part of the stuff that's going on. A lot of them on some BS right now, and they've been trying to put. Now you see why all of them. Now, this is my whole point. That's all I'm going to say. Now you see everything that boy Trump was talking about is everything they doing. Now you see the what? Why he wanted the wall up. Now you see All the stuff he was talking about. We kept talking about a person's emails. Remember? He was talking about these set of people. Now you see why. Because they ain't number thugs. They the original thugs. And when that, and another reason why you'll know, when that blue gang come in, a lot of thugging start going on. That's why I told you before, every Democratic city, crime level went through the fucking roof. Every blue gang that got a blue mayor, a blue governor, your city and town just went through the roof. Because whatever they in, that's what happened. I don't know why it just be like that. But like I say, ain't nothing but politics, y'all. What they say, politics as usual, right? It is what it is. Let's continue on. Now, they've been giving an update on this. The story where a black woman have been held hostage in a basement and tortured and sexed up by that sick white man. And as we see, it's still being downplayed on national news. Yes, the stories are coming out. This on YouTube, as you see. But guess what? As you see, a lot of people know about it. This video got 25,000 likes. This video got 780,000 views. So that means a lot of people know about this. But the question is why a lot of people ain't talking about it. Because this one incident represents what's going on. People holding people hostage in their crib. Human trafficking, sex trafficking, and kidnapping. This woman, only reason why that woman got out the crib, because the dog snuck out the yard. That man had a vicious dog to watch the yard when he was gone. The dog got out the yard. That's how the woman was able to escape. And they say when that black woman came out of that ground, she was 70 pounds. They also said it's been a mass snatching up of black women in Missouri. And nobody ain't really saying shit. This is not national news. Because it's also part of the game. And I want to bet any dollar. I don't know. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to bet. I'm going to freestyle. I want to bet any amount of money that Kansas City got a blue gang mayor. I want to bet some money. I'm willing to bet some money. Somebody look it up and tell me if what party is the mayor of Kansas City from? I bet you right now, I bet you they from that blue team. That's my opinion. But this is real though. So that's why I'm always going to update it. Because a lot of us, we got family members and they're not playing with this snatching up women stuff and girls. They're not playing. But I'm going to tell you, I said it before. Don't get it twisted. Some of these chicks getting snatched up are selling you know what. Some of them are selling their ass and they getting snatched the fuck up. You got to remember what Jeffrey Dahmer did. He was looking for men that was selling their ass. That's what he did. He went on late night prowls and he didn't just grab people up. He got people that was prostituting. Because that's also a history in the science. Back in the ancient days, they killed enslaved prostitutes. They had their way with them, then they slay them and kill them. Looks to me like that trend has come back. So that's why I was trying to tell my people, this ain't the time you want to be out here selling shit because your ass going to be fucked up. And not only, you got to remember, if you get kidnapped, like I told you, they got to chop your ass up after that because you ain't supposed to be found. So that's why I keep telling you, them people was, and remember, that woman was 70 pounds when she came out the basement. He could already been trying to kill her. Why? He could have killed her through starvation. Kill her through starvation and just lay her ass somewhere outside. Make it look like she starved to death. The same thing that mother could have been doing with her twins, remember? But remember, they put the story out with the mother, her twins, but they downplayed this. Man, I told you there's some sick shit going on. Hold up. Yep, mayor of KC is Democrat. Give me my clout. Told you, man. It ain't even about that, y'all. You just study, you'll see how all this shit work. Told you, man. I know how they. I told you they can't fool me no more. That's why they didn't want us in a certain shit. This is why they also threw us off from politics. Because they didn't want us involved at the low level shit. Because remember, every politician got to start from a low level. They get in the door and start building their resume. It starts within your city and your town first. That's where they get their clout up at. And my point is, wherever these people at, you're going to see the same behavior. What's that? People dying, allegedly, and people getting caught up in all these sex acts. Same way I can break it down to you, that whole Jeffrey Dahmer, that was in the Clinton era. That was right before Clinton was coming on the scene. It is what it is. Let's keep it pushing. Now, I'm only going to talk about this because I was talking about this yesterday. A lot of stuff I be talking about. Remember, I was talking about the Django yesterday, how they always make sure they put out a movie using the N-word. They say that movie, the Django, had the N-word in it more than any other movie. I think they said 80-something times, something like that. They put these movies out so they can outright say the word and keep that program going. But Kanye West recently made an appearance on Piers Morgan Uncensored and made a claim that the movie The Django Unchained was stolen from him by Quentin Tarantino and Jamie Foxx. Kanye West said he and Fox were working on his 2005 hit Gold Digger. Remember I spoke on that? The nigga made a song about being a gold digger and basically talking about gold diggers and got with one in real life. And he pitched his story. His story was a slave-themed story. He pitched the whole story to Quentin Tarantino, he claims, and Jamie Foxx for the music. Because remember, Jamie Foxx is in the Gold Digger video. And it's being said that he told him about the movie he wanted to write about slavery. And he said he told Quentin Tarantino and they stole his idea. He said he pitched it to Jamie Foxx and Quentin Tarantino as the video for Gold Digger. And then Tarantino turned it into something else. So he originally wanted that to be in the video. He wanted that whole slave. The Django represent the slave that uprose and was a free man, became free. I'll break the Django down a whole nother time. It was something else behind that too. But Jamie Foxx claimed they stole it from him. Now, I didn't know Quentin Tarantino filmed that Gold Digger movie, but Kanye West claimed they stole it from him. And the only reason why I'm speaking on that, because I told you they're bringing out that stupid ass Emmett Till shit. And they keep bringing out these fucking old movies from the past. You got to remember, they spend millions of dollars on these budgets. Why do they keep spending all this money on big budget films just to keep showing you in the 60s, in the 50s, in the 1800s? You understand that? Why they didn't show you no movie about how America was before they got here? Why they don't show us no movie about that? Why they don't show no real movie breaking down how, okay, you breaking down the slaves. Why you don't show no movie where everybody in the movie wasn't a slave? Everybody black wasn't no slave. Why you don't show that part? Because films are used to give you those what? Images. And those images become reality. So they always got to remind you 1,000 times how much you were N-word. Get it? That's the game they play. Now let's talk about this real quick. And I ain't going to get into this too tough. Because I'm going to tell you right now, blacchyna mother be online. Miss Tokyo be online. I don't want no smoke. Right? She on YouTube. But I got to speak about this story because it was out there before, where it was said that blacchyna allegedly held a woman hostage. What up, American Links? Allegedly, remember they said she held a woman hostage in a hotel and they was doing drugs. And the woman allegedly tried to put blacchyna on blast, saying she had to try to make her do drugs and make her do sexual things. But it's all allegations. But you got to understand that blacchyna and sex trafficking claims are BS. That's what she said. But you see the word sex trafficking keep coming up, right? Now, in this case, or whatever the situation, blacchyna sent out a cease and desist, which means the person that's speaking on her got to shut up. Only thing I'm going to say is, if the shit ain't true, I ain't putting out no cease and desist. I don't care. But if it might be it could be a little speck of something truth to this, and it can get real messy. So she got to shut up real fast. I get it. But it is what it is. I ain't saying I'm not going to say blacchyna made another woman do nothing. That woman could have been in there at her own free will. And that's just that. Some could have been done that she ain't like, and now she want to lie on this woman. I don't know, but I know one thing. You see TMZ get all the juice. they putting sex traffic allegations on this woman. Blacchyna sends a cease and desist to Ava Louise over sex trafficking claims. Ava, however you say it, I don't know. But anyway, you got to remember now, this woman right here, this is the same as that woman that blew up on TikTok doing a Corona challenge. She's a nasty whore. And she's another drug head. But look, this the same woman that put out them allegations on Kanye West and Virgil. This the same woman that put the text message out of Blueface trying to holler at her recently. So yes, she is messy and she a troublemaker. But that don't mean she don't speak some truth. But you see this nasty chick? This the same chick that dudes will be lusting over, thinking she a bad chick, and this chick is so disgusting, she licking toilet seats. See that? Mind you, she did this to blow up. She did this to blow up, y'all. And it worked for a little while because she on TikTok. But now they say she reaching, and that's why she trying to come up with all these stories now. Meaning she trying to put it all out there. And that's why they trying to say she coming for China, because she clout chasing right now. Meaning she ain't doing too good. Because when you blow up off of bullshit, you got to keep bullshit going. Because people only listen to you for bullshit. People only watch you for dumb shit. That's how it is. When nobody don't take you serious, you always got to do something real clownish. That's just how it is. This chick nasty, y'all. So you see right here. I just want y'all to see that. Mind you, remember we talk about how they always what? Portraying certain images of certain people. Look at, I've never seen nobody go this low. She licking the toilet. Now, mind you, don't get it twisted. This all a publicity stunt, which means they could have scrubbed that toilet down with a lot of shit. They could have bleached it, they could have scrubbed it down, period. But that ain't what it's about. It's about what it represents, what she doing, licking the goddamn toilet. Which will have another damn fool licking the toilet. So I just want to show you how these people are fucking trash. And y'all think they're celebrities. It is what it is, y'all. I know today kind of dry. But look, I got to pull up with something. Well, I ain't coming out. I can't pull up at all if I ain't got nothing to talk about, right? I can't just sit up here and ramble. You feel me? If that's the case, I'm going to take a day off. Other than that, I chopped it up. Let me go back to the top. I'm going to go to the top real quick, and I'm out of here. Now, look. Lil Tim, the one that killed Kingvon, was walking around all this time living his best life. And now Lil Tim is locked up right after Lil Durk get his charges dropped. Lil Durk name was tossed around Kingvon. Lil Tim name was involved with Kingvon. And it's mighty funny. The letter DA says she locking people up. But meanwhile, she letting people go. And now he's getting locked up again. Because maybe the show got to go on. Meaning maybe that whole thing was a show. Maybe that whole thing was to assassinate Kingvon anyway. And they had to create all this different shit around it. Now that the show is over, lock his ass back up. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But I'm just freestyling. Another thing, now mind you, Lil Tim, he is the shooter. He got caught with a Schedule I controlled substance, which is probably cocaine, fentanyl, Molly, some high-powered. You dig? He also got caught with a Schedule II controlled substance, and he got caught with some gas. So you also see how he was comfortable still walking around with a bunch of drugs. And Lil Tim also walking around with a shit bag. He was walking around with a shit bag. My point is, what dumb nigga you ever seen in history show off a fucking shit bag? I told you these dudes are weird. They're fucking lunatics and they sick. See that? So I want to show you, look. Yeah, Lil Tim, you got your clout off shooting, killing Kingvon. Yeah, nigga, you flossing your little money. But now, nigga, you back in their possession. Because they just let you have your fun for a little while. We'll just show you, man. One day a lot of people, yeah, you're going to be like this. But then one day you're gonna be like this, or your ass just gonna be dead. Why? Because they're not gonna let you flourish no more. They're not gonna let you flourish. That's all that shit is about, y'all. How many niggas we seen take pictures with money and end up dead? How many niggas we see do the same pose and end up with nothing? Now y'all see it. But in my opinion, who's to say that was the money for the hit on Kingvon? Who is to say, y'all? See that? Because we know Kingvon was a problem. And I'm pretty sure some people wanted him gone. But not only that, open murder case. So I'm going to leave that alone. It's done. It's over with. Lil Tim is locked up. But guess what? He might come back out again. So we'll see what's up. And like I said, this is a perfect example. Also, just doing you. Just do your own thing. You think you lit? Remember, Kingvon was lit. He was about to be the hottest thing smoking. Look how he died. He died very horrible. And I'm not saying he was an angel or saint or perfect. I'm just saying. Also, I'm going to show y'all something else, which you should already know. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. That's just how this shit works. Take it or leave it. That's why I don't see why dudes be so proud of so-called killed people and they proud of it. Well, if you kill somebody, you proud of it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get killed one day. You might not get killed to your old man and some young dummy just show up and rob you and blow your brains out. What I'm trying to tell you is sometimes people get their payback on the back end. You might live your whole life and don't suffer till you a goddamn senior. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go down sometimes. You might have been a killer when you was young and you died because you got hit by a fucking car. You died because you got in a brutal accident off the road. But the whole time you killed somebody before. I'm just trying to tell you that shit come back in different ways. For all you people that's bragged that had shot and killed somebody, just understand that one day your number gonna get called. It's just how it works. Take it or leave it. And I'm going to leave that at that. I spoke about Kodak Black and Monica. Is it a hoax? Is it real? What's our slogan? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, this show you how much celebrities got to reach. It ain't no fucking content. It ain't shit going on. They can't do no real tours because ain't nobody buying no fucking tickets for real. Man, this shit scrounging out here. Why you think they try to charge $300, $400, $500 for a damn ticket? Because they got to pay their fucking bills. All this shit drying up, man. That's it. I'm done for the day, y'all. This might be one of the weakest episodes ever. But sometime it turned out to be decent. But anyway, who cares? I did my part. I pulled up. What's up, y'all? Salute to the chat. Today is a regular day. What up, Nevin? What up, Moo Legend? Willie Minor. That's right. Hey, yo, everything is about timing. That's right. It don't matter what you got going on, whether good or bad, especially good. You can have the most good thing. Everything is about timing. I spoke about that. It got the same thing to do with seasons. What seasons? Seasons deal with timing. The day deals with timing. It's a certain way you're supposed to move throughout your day. Certain things you're supposed to do at certain times in the day. All these different things, when you do everything at correct time, and guess what? That shit make your life go real smooth. This shit I had to learn. Because I was one always rushing to try to do everything, do this, and you trying to do everything your way, you get thoughts in your head, and you think you're doing this and that and the third, and you realize, damn, I'm putting in all the work, I ain't getting nowhere. Because about timing. Same thing with also what? It could be speaking the truth, it could be whatever. Everything got its proper time. And that's the whole thing, you got to catch the time. Even in the celebrity game, in any game, it's about timing. You know, we had some talented artists that it wasn't their time. They came out at the wrong time and they got overlooked. You feel me? It's all about that timing. That's why I told you too. Remember, some people get success when they're in their younger days. Some people get success in their elder days. The people that get success in their younger days might fall off when they're older. Some people had a fucked up life when they was young and blew up later on. That's how life works. It's about timing. But just because that's why I say, just because you might be messed up now, don't mean in the future you're going to be messed up. That just might be for this time we in. Just for the time you in right now, you're going through it. But it's going to be a time where everything going to go great for you. It's about timing. But guess what? Sometimes we miss the timing too, getting thrown off, getting caught up in the wrong shit. We missed the goddamn bus. We miss it. We was fucking around bullshit and we missed our time. Like, damn. Now you gotta wait a couple more years for that shit to come back around, if it come back around. That's just how life works. Because they say what? Everything changes in time. That's a life cycle. And then they say what? It really ain't no such thing as time, period. It's just really cycles. Same cycle over and over again, right? Sunrise, sunset, New Year's. But all it really is position of the earth going around, or just basically it's just, I ain't gonna get too deep. Life is just based on cycles. That's it. Why you think right now we dealing with the same shit that already happened? That's why I keep telling you that book was written in a different time, a different cycle, but now that cycle has reappeared itself. That's all we dealing with, man. Meaning, when the creator created everything, he created everything with perfection. Everything was created with perfection. Everything got to function within its own order and own natural habitat. If it don't, it shall die. That's just how this shit works. Everything that is real will always sustain. Things that are fake must die. You got hybrid people walking around. You got hybrid food, hybrid, all type of hybrid shit. They say some of them animals that became extinct were hybrids. Because it's not the original DNA. The original DNA of an element doesn't die. They say it's certain people DNA speeding up and certain people DNA is dying. Now you understand why people got to take all that medicine to boost up what? Their fertilization. Because their DNA is dying. When you have to use fertility drugs, allegedly, I'm not a doctor, when you have to use fertility, that means your DNA is slowing up. And then you'll see through these different programs, they made people DNA slow down on purpose. It's called what? What's that thing called they put in your arm? What's that thing where they dictate childbirth? Something like that. In reality, all that is slowing down your DNA. Therefore, you also know how many of y'all heard a woman that was on birth control and still had a baby. Know why? Because that woman had a potent ass DNA. That's what it's all about, that DNA. Now you see why, like I told you 1,000 times, this is why they always want to contaminate your DNA. Because the more you contaminate your DNA, you weaken your what? Your genes. And your genes tied to particular bloodlines. And this is why they had to cut you off from your ancestors. So you'll never be able to tap back into that bloodline. There you go. Neuroplant. That's right. That's to slow down your DNA. So remember, one set of people they give that to, and other people they give them things to boost their fertilization up. You get it? Because they did the math years ago and they realized that their people were falling off. They weren't producing as fast. So that's why I say all them numbers about minority, that shit is fucking cap. All those numbers are made up numbers. When they tell you these people are a minority, they only make up 14% of the country, that shit is fucking lies. They want you to think you're the minority. But you got to know better than that, y'all. All you got to do is look at when you go out. Look at when you go out in public. What I mean by that is just look at who having the most kids right now. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. There's a lot of people have a lot of kids. Now, don't get it twisted, but I'm just saying, just pay attention. Look at the people you see having the most, and then look at who you see having the least. Maybe one. They might got a little one here, a little two here. Look who having 4, 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids. Get it? 4 kids, 3 kids on the average. That's called being fruitful and multiplying, man. So now that you're being fruitful and multiplying, we're going to make it where you can't feed your family, which is another way to what? Slow down your DNA. That's right, Chris Miller. We the majority. How is the people that was allegedly on the planet first become a minority? Now, don't get it twisted. They did wipe a lot of people out. But still in all, Y'all know what time it is. Salute, dear. Appreciate it, dear. Thanks for the donation. Not dry at all. I'm late, just getting here. I saw the Monica T. Hey, everyone, Baltimore. Hey, what up, B-More? What's up, B-More? What's good? Shout out to the whole East Coast, man. Down south, Midwest, West Coast, overseas. We vibing right now. I'm just gonna vibe right now before I get out of here. Cause ain't nothing really popping right now, y'all. They lie and trick us to tell us that so we don't try and uprise against them because they know who we are. Exactly. And that's my whole point. Their job is not to tell you who you are. That ain't their job. Their job ain't to tell you how great you are. Their job is not to tell you your true history. Hell no. Because they know that's what's going to wake up the sleeping giant. And see, the number one thing they scared of is that we going to do to them what they did to us. But guess what? We ain't even them type of people like that. Let's be honest. We don't really hold grudges like that. Yeah, it's a lot of us. We get mad. We do foul shit to one another. Yeah, we'll take whatever. But as a whole, our nature, we really forgiving people. Let's really not play. Why you think after all the shit done to us, we still walk around, hold our head up? We don't really care about too much of that shit. Because it's our nature to be forgiving people for real. What make us not be forgiving people? It's the ego. It's our ego. Really, it's our ego that us don't let shit go. But us, really, we really forgiving people for real. So even if we had the power today, a lot of us, we wouldn't even really be thinking about doing what they did to us. We wouldn't waste our time on that shit. That's just how we get down. That's the same way your ancestors got down. That's just our nature, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Some people's nature is to destroy, our nature is to build. That's what we do. We just build, and we just like to do shit and have fun. Y'all know that. We rather have fun and then worry about taking some people out that did us dirty. That's just the nature of us. You know, that's just what it is. So they understand that, but their number one fear is we going to get in position and play trading places. And we're going to do to them what happened to us. That is their real fight. Their real fight is to never let them people get back on the throne. That's why I don't know how many of y'all watch Game of Thrones. See, in my opinion, if you know about Game of Thrones, remember, they just brought back the House of Dragons. In my opinion, the House of Dragons represented the black people, in my opinion. And if you know about Game of Thrones, you know that the whole dragon family got wiped out. And they only had one person left. So when they just brought it back out, they're going back into the history of the dragon family. Also, they show you that within these families, it's many different colors as well. But my point is this. They represent our stories in many different things. They just switch up titles, colors, appearances, certain things. That's what they do. Because the whole secret is you the secret. That's what I learned. Ain't no fucking Masonic secret for real. The Masonic secret is you. You are the biggest secret. The biggest secret kept in the world. And people took an oath that these people never, ever, 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 ever get to learn who the fuck they are and wake up. That's why it's called a sleeping giant. I said this yesterday. Now, you know the power a giant got. You know what a giant could do. But if that giant sleep, that giant can't do nothing. Also, you know about the what? The sleeping lion. Those are the same stories about you they've been telling us forever. The sleeping lion, sleeping giant, that's all about us. The sleeping lion. Now, you see, when you go to the zoo, yeah, they got lions and all that, but you already got to know they had to drug those lions up to even get them to be in that cage like that. When you go there, the lion sleeping, ain't growling. Man, they done took that lion soul. They ain't a real lion. That lion is asleep. That's why you can go to the zoo and look at it and say, oh, that's a nice lion. But if you was in the wilderness in the real world, you wouldn't be playing with no fucking lion, would you? Well, guess what? They did it to us. I told you. The same thing they did to pets, they did to fucking human beings. That's what all that breeding was about. That's what all that whips and chain. The same way when your dog shit in the house, piss on the couch, you spank it until it learn how to go outside and scratch at that door. They did that to human beings. Oh, you don't want to pick that cotton? Oh, you still trying to be in tune with your culture? Whip your ass, break them. And they trained you into something called a nigger. A nigger is a whole different breed of a human being. See? That's why you think I say these terms. I say nigga, I say white nigga, black nigga, because a nigga is a whole different breed of a person. They created this person. Where was the nigga born at, y'all? The nigga was made in America. The nigga was made in America through a series of processes. So nowadays, when we see the end result of that thing they made in the lab, because mind you, it was in this back in the day, they dealt with psychology and breeding, and what you see today, the modern day nigga, is this. They bred your peoples back in the day to create this entity. This is a nigga. You get it? A person who is lost, don't know who they are, don't know their history, don't know the language, don't know where he's going, don't know his purpose. A nigga. Ignorant. What's ignorant? A person that don't have the knowledge of themselves is ignorant. Did you know that? If you don't know who you are, your label is ignorant. And once you wake up to who you are, you become illuminated. Get it? When you deal with your high self, you're illuminated. You deal with your low self, you're ignorant. These are different dualities of life. You got your high self, you got your lower self. That's why I say what? Nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect, because when you fall a victim to your low self, that's like you falling from grace. Anything below the heart chakra, anything below your heart is low frequency. When you're moving off your sex drive, when you're moving off your stomach, that's low level energy. And you'll see that your stomach will deceive you. Your sexual organs will deceive you. But when you start going to the top chakras, you start going up, your heart won't deceive you and your mind won't deceive you. You got a chakra in your throat that deals with when you speak in truth. People with a closed throat chakra, they tell lies. They don't speak no truth. Their shit is locked up. People that speak truth, throat chakra wide open. This shit is real shit. This is also some of the things that was taught, that you was told was Kabbalah. But you got to remember, they took all our shit and stole it and put their own names on it. And they took shit and made it evil so we wouldn't fuck with it. But a lot of this shit is common sense and basic science that your ancestors dealt with. Why you think your ancestors, when they prayed, how did they pray? Or did your peoples get in circles and they sat what? Did they not sit down with their legs crossed? What it was called, y'all? What did you learn growing up? Did they not teach you how to sit in a what? Indian circle? What is an Indian circle? It looked to me like somebody doing yoga, don't it? It looked to me like a form of prayer, doesn't it? But see, they took yoga, they took these things and turned it into yoga and made it evil. But your ancestors, that's how they sat down and chilled. That's how they sat down and broke bread and vibed together. They sat in a so-called what? Indian circle. And they what? Crossed their legs. Which looked like what? A person doing yoga, right? Which is the same thing they use in the so-called Kabbalah, right? That so-called people understand the chakras is the tree of life. And when you do your research, you'll see that in the scripture, man was called trees. So my point is this. All you got to do is peep game, y'all. Humans got a lot of things in common with trees. We know without trees, we wouldn't be here. Trees and humans go hand in hand. Now you'll see in certain places what they do, chop down all the fucking trees. And when they chop down all the trees, that helps you be reduced to an animal level. That's why we live in what? Concrete jungles. Get it? We live in concrete jungles, aka what? Ghetto. Because they took away our natural living. They already knew the science. You take away a bunch of trees and you build a bunch of buildings and sidewalks and packed streets. Concrete jungle. Take them out of nature. Take them out their habitat. That shit fuck with your thinking and all of that. These people that run the world are mad scientists, y'all. Nothing they do, anything they don't do nothing for no reason. Everything they do means something. How you know that? They would not be putting money in the shit. Look, one thing I was told, that these people, they don't fuck with nothing that don't work, and they don't put their money into nothing that ain't beneficial. And when something don't work, they throw it out the window. So whatever you see them putting their work into and their money, it's for a big cause, a big reason. And you'll see half the shit on the planet they put their money to, and just so happen a percentage of that shit is against people. That's why we dealing with right now what? Man versus machine. And their whole agenda is to replace human beings with machines. They trying to make it like self-checkout is the best thing that ever came to the planet. But self-checkout ain't nothing but a device used to replace a human ringing you up at the register. Which means that's a person that can't pay their bill because they ain't got no job. Now you see how this economy crisis been put together. If I went into Walmart and there was 10 registers, that means that was 10 people bringing home money to their family. If them 10 people replaced with self-checkout, that's 10 people that can't pay their bills or gotta find something else to do. Which means those are 10 employees they don't got to give health insurance to. Paid days off. Get it? Which means the company made more money. Technology did one thing and is doing one thing. It's helping them make money and save money and helping us be fucked up at the same time. That's actually what they're doing. So it is what it is, y'all. Big Phil, what up? Yeah, they're not talking about the job loss numbers. They're not talking about the homeless numbers. They're not talking about the people that are losing a lot of the things, they pride possessions. It's so many different things are going on that like none of that shit is really productive. And that's what they're saying. They're saying that the blue team, Moneybag Joe, his people, they playing this big game of shh, let's act like nothing going on. And when they actually just play stupid, they say that's what all of them doing. That's why if you notice, they ain't been getting no backlash. The only backlash they've been getting is from their opposing forces, meaning the red team. But if you notice, none of the people that voted are holding none of the people accountable. You know, they voted for these people, but they're not holding them accountable. But I told you, when Joe and them came in all reality, they never said they was going to do nothing for people anyway. They didn't make no false promises. I can't knock them on that. They never even said what their agenda was. People just voted for them because they was anti-Trump. That's it. We never knew what Joe and them was supposed to be doing. That's all I'm saying, y'all. So you get what you asked for. You ain't asking for nothing, therefore you get nothing. That's how the world works. And they know it. And now we also know that what? They was funding, we already knew that, but we got the proof that they was funding Antifa and Black Lives Matter anyway. You dig? Now you understand why they so vicious. Now you understand how Black Lives Matter and them so vicious. You know, they want to attack you. You know what I'm saying? They want to come at you. Man, because in my opinion, they're a legal gang. And they down with the government, meaning they get government checks. They get money to do what they do. And that's it. I don't really have nothing to say about them. You already seen they got blessed with Cadillacs and all. They got blessed. It is what it is, man. So salute to the chat. Vlad Wright, what's up? Talisha, what's up? Who else? Y'all, Chris Miller. Y'all go check out Stephen D. Kelly's latest video. All right, I need some more insight on that. Who else in here? That's right, Big Phil. Trees had afros. Yeah, it's a whole nother science with the afro too. Remember I was talking about While your hair's sensitive, and yes, we know how the Rastaman teach with how your dreads are your antennas as well, because your antennas are connected to the top of your head. Same thing with the afro. It's been studied back in the day that they understood that the afros was attracting more energy to the brain, more energy. Remember, the afro represented the soul brother. And they understood that people that had afros was waking up. And your hair, do you understand? I'm going to just tell you one thing. Some of y'all already know this. Your hair contains sulfur. You know, you got to know about sulfur. Sulfur is the same element that's in fire. Now, you light matches and fire, that's sulfur. Your hair has the same element as fire. So when you go outside and that sun beam on your fucking head, that shit give you energy. Then you also understand why they wanted people in the house so much and why they created this in-the-house lifestyle. It also makes you vitamin D deficient when you don't get enough sunlight. A lot of people are getting sick and have low immune systems. All of that's because you just don't go outside enough. But when you go outside, you just run in and out real quick. You're running around you're really not outside. I broke it down before. This is why all your ancestors used to sit on the porch. And you'll see, I don't care who you are, where you from. Most of y'all, if y'all had y'all elders, y'all family live to a long life, especially in the South, what they used to do, sit on the porch. And what they did on the porch, y'all, drank water and lemonade. That shit was giving them energy and power. I'm telling you. Now you got a lot of elders, what they do in certain cities, y'all know. You got elders, they sit in the house and drink Pepsi all day. They die before their time. They the ones die with diabetes. But your peoples did everything for a fucking reason. Remember when your peoples was in the crib, they had the window open and they sat on the porch. They let the air, what they told you, they let the air circulate through the house because they understood fresh air had to be in the house. Now we don't comprehend that. Or should I say, they made outside so messed up, we scared to keep the window open. We scared to keep the blinds open. They got us living in darkness. But I told you this before. When you go to their neighborhood, they keep their shit wide open because they understand the art of solar technology and they understand the art of sun rays and they understand the science of having clean air in your home. When you don't keep fresh air in your home, you build up pathogens that we know is what? Dust. But that dust, some of that dust in your crib got bacteria in it that just sit in your crib. I broke all this down. This is why carpets are old now. All that shit has been proven that all that stuff hold bacteria. So now you'll see why all these new cribs are built without carpets. And they make windows that don't need blinds no more. They got windows that tint when the sun hit it. All that got to do with new technology. But they understand the art of sunlight. If you don't get sunlight, you eventually start going deficient. Is that not the same thing with plants and anything that sustains in life? They need sunlight, right? Guess what? Your body the same way. You the same. We the same way. Your body is walking energy. They say the 99 elements exist in you. That also means gold, copper, silver, all that's in you. Your body is a conductor. You are literally energy. We say that term loosely. Y'all, you messing with my energy, my energy. No, you really are energy. That's why what? How you think you feel somebody. You feel them through their energy. Whether it's good or bad, you're going to feel them. They understand this whole shit. That's why they run the world. You dig? So my point is, I'm speaking right now. The whole thing is, we only going to get back right by being smart. I'm going to just say that every day. Every day we get smarter, we winning. We ain't worried about those who ain't getting smarter. We ain't got time to keep worried about everybody that's dying. We worried about the living. Each day you better yourself is another day you're gonna live. That's what this shit is about. Multiple choices, you just gotta make the right choice. And sometimes the shit hard, but it is what it is. So other than that, I took a zero and made it something. We chopped it up, man. We did what we did. That's right, Rondell. We plants. That's right. And a lot of y'all know about that whole science of what? Talking to the plant. When they not say talking to the plant, make the plant grow, certain thing, that stuff is real stuff, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That stuff is real. That stuff is real. And that's another thing they say. You're supposed to have a plant in your house. And your house will determine your air quality and just the vibe of your house. If you got plants in your house and they dying, that means your house, the energy in your house ain't right. Something in the house is off. This is real talk. I know that from experience because I got a plant in my crib right now. And it was a time when that shit was blossoming. It was a time when that plant started dying. I brought it back now. The shit is right now. But I'm telling you. But I never understood a lot of that shit. That's that whole thing with that garden. Like, that shit real. Talking to the plants and all that, that shit make them grow. That shit is, it sound weird, but I'm telling you this stuff for real. That's like, I guarantee you this. If you live in a house that's toxic, say you and your people's always arguing, fighting, put a plant in there and see what happens to that plant. And two things going to happen. Either it's going to grow or that shit going to die. But the more plants you got in your house, the fresher the air quality is in your crib. That's why our peoples always kept plants in the house. These are facts. That's right, Miss Daisy. Your auntie is not crazy. Nope. Nope. What up, Sassy? She said, I love plants and they love me. That's right. Nah, because you got to remember this too. You got to never forget, y'all. The plants and trees was here before us. It was certain things came in the chain of command in order for the Most High to show his signs and provide certain things. How would the animals sustain if it was no plants? And if it was no animals, what was humans going to sustain on when they got here? It had to be plants here before you and animals. It's already written, y'all. Plants were here before you. But I told you, we was taught that we the most smartest, we the top of the all living organisms, we the smartest. That's always a fucking lie. To make you become arrogant to nature. Nature got all damn near half of all the damn answers. And nature coincides with what? Common sense. It's already here. All they did was spin, twist, remix shit, make certain shit extra. And that's all they did. But that thing with them plants is real. You know what I'm saying? I ain't believe it, but it's real. Mind you, the same thing your ancestors did with the crops. They had to perform certain things and talk to the crops a certain way. So them crops will grow. Because if them crops didn't grow, that means a whole tribe is going to starve for a whole winter. Famine. So they had to do, now you understand what the rain dances was about. It's certain things they had to do with nature to make things happen that we now call miraculous. But back then, it was just normal shit. It is a whole energy when we dance together. Now you understand why they changed the frequency of music and made it where we kill each other and fight. Because they say when we come together and dance, that creates a whole nother energy. That shit is real. Then look at back in the day, you'll see when your people was partying and dancing, having a good time. It was a lot of love making going on, a lot of childbirth. A lot of things was cool, perfect harmony. A lot of things was straight. Because dancing brought people together. Get it? When you got a room full of people and they all dancing, having a good time, laughing, joking, smiling, sweating, that creates a good energy. What happens after that, y'all? Everybody leave. They feel good. They go home and feel good. They take that energy home with them. But when you go to the club and then get shot, killed, fight, beat up, you leave the club mad, bitter, frustrated. You go home, man, it was fucked up my day, man. It creates a whole nother energy. And then it trickles on in your life. All that shit is science, y'all. The people that don't like you pay scientists trillions of dollars to crack all this shit against you. What you think Bill Gates is? Bill Gates is a mad scientist, y'all. That man is a scientist, an evil scientist. That's what he do. I'm telling you, man. So like I said, the internet ain't all bad because the internet is what you use it for. Computers ain't bad. Look how we sit here right now. So I'm just trying to show you everything ain't evil. Evil sometimes is only what you do with some things. But in reality, they wanted us to focus on all the evil. It ain't about focus on evil. Evil gonna always exist. You pay attention to evil, you call evil when you see it, but don't forget to get back to your regular scheduled job. And that's what? Doing shit right. So that's my point. You're not supposed to give more attention to negative than you do positive. So even though we speak about negative shit, we deal with every fucking day, it ain't never gonna stop. But never forget, you got a big picture to deal with. That's what all this shit is about, y'all. So they ain't never gonna stop trying to fuck with people. They ain't never gonna stop playing these damn games. But the whole thing is you the one that changed. Cream Cheese said, I hate science class. That's a fact, because they made it where we hate it. That's what they did. But what I learned is science is actually the study of us. That's what science is. But they made it where we didn't like it. Why? I'm gonna tell you something else they did on purpose. In school throughout life, they put whack-ass teachers in position on purpose. Why you think we all had a teacher that was fucking boring? We all had teachers that make you go to sleep. We always, and then that one teacher you had, remember, it's only certain teachers you remember your whole school life, and those were the teachers that really cared. Those were the teachers that really was teaching you stuff. It's only a few, but most of them teachers was put in play you ain't ever noticed when you had math class, you had the worst fucking boringest teacher, because they did that on purpose. They didn't want no real teacher coming in, how you in the math and cracking jokes and making it simple. You know what I'm saying? With swag. And you know what I'm talking about. They always put the dry teacher in science class. The boringest teacher was in math. The boringest teacher being English. All that shit was on purpose. But you liked your music teacher, right? The gym teacher was cool. You see what I'm saying? All that shit was done on purpose. That's why I said, you thought their job was to really teach us to be super smart and get us the best teachers, make school fun, tell us that half the shit in school we was going to need in the real world. Then half the stuff in there that they didn't lie about, the other stuff they didn't give us credit for, all that was on purpose. Because what? You can't never teach a so-called slave that they really a king. That's what all that shit about. But my point is, man, they had boring teachers on purpose. All that shit's about design, man. Y'all know sometimes you might have had that old teacher just dry as hell. Supposed to have been retired. You got them for a whole semester. You're like, damn. And then what happened, y'all? That be 9 times out of 10, that be the class you start cutting. What? Am I lying? Then the class you like the teacher, what happened? You cut the class. All that shit was on purpose, y'all. I figured all this shit out later. Because I said if I knew what I knew now, I would have been graduated with fly. I would have did a whole lot different. But I didn't know that was all a trick. It was a trick to make me drop out. All that shit was planned to make us cut school, drop out, be stupid. You feel me? All that was on purpose. Because they knew one day we was going to need them credentials. And they knew that the people that didn't get them credentials were going to be subject to have to do other things, such as crime and other things off the books. But they gave us them whack teachers on purpose. And therefore, they always put the good teachers in gym, music, art, stuff like that. Basic shit. Or remember, it'll be that teacher that be in a hall. It'll always be the nicest people will be the people that didn't teach. The people you like will be the person that didn't teach like that. It'll be you know what I'm saying? The guy that's in the classroom, you like, damn. I remember was a point I was going to school just sitting there. I'm like, I don't even know I even come to this shit. And at that time, I understood that I can leave school and make a couple of dollars. That's what I started doing. I'm like, man, I ain't sitting through this shit. Because I knew they was lying and telling bullshit, and it was boring. That's it. I only went to the classes where I liked the teacher, or I might have liked the female in that class. That's one of the reasons why I went. After a certain time, it was nothing. Y'all know that. Look, the homies know about that. It was a time we just went to school to see the chick we like. That's it, and get fresh. That's it. We're gonna go to school, get fresh. You know, we're gonna link up. We might drink, hit some beer, or drink on something, smoke some weed behind the school, in the bathroom, something like that. And then we're gonna go into class, be high, holler at the chick, and then skip all other classes we don't like, and then go get some munchies and something to eat, and then leave school early, and then go home and act like we was in school all day till that cutting card come in the mail. That's what we did. Well, my point is, high school was fun, but that was a time of learning where we realized there was a lot of bullshit being taught. That's all that shit is. Let's not forget that the public school system is built for you to fail. Why do you think so many celebrities drop out of high school like Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, L. Cool J, and Biggie? That's a fact, though. Yeah, damn near every entertainer will drop the fuck out. That's a fact. Oh shit. And that's also so when they career over with, they dumbass won't have nothing to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If you're an entertainment game and you got a career, you'll never fall off if you got the right career. know what I'm saying? You can get a degree in hotel management, and therefore, when you got the money, you can open up all your hotels and run all of them shits and have your own franchise, like Howard Johnson, Hilton. People don't understand that's a name after real people, man. People still don't know the Hilton Hotel is a real family. You dig? Yeah. So that's my point. You can buy and spend money and floss, but as long as you ain't got no family name nowhere, they don't give a fuck about you. They're not worried about you. They don't care about how much shit you got. Nigga, you ain't got nothing in your name. People forget stuff like Versace, that's a family name. You feel me? You ain't branded like that. So they don't care about half the shit these people be doing, showing their money and showing what they got. They're like, man, as long as you ain't flossing your name as a worldwide family business name, we care nothing about you. The same thing with Walmart. Those are family names, y'all. Heinz Ketchup, that's a family name. Now you name me one person of a certain caliber, of a different background, that has a household family name. So that's why I say you can't talk to me about no Jay-Z and Beyonce and Dre. They're not a family name. They have no big brand around the world. But that's all by design. What's up, Shay? That's it. A lot of successful people with college dropouts as well. Exactly. That's right. And that's another thing. Don't get it twisted. Yes, school is a brainwashing program. Yes, it is. And actually, the more you get deeper in this college and school like that, you get more brainwashed. That's for the people that don't know themselves. That's a key thing I said earlier. If you don't know yourself, you are automatically ignorant no matter how many degrees you get, no matter how many straight A's you get. If you got knowledge of everything in the world, but you ain't got no clue of who the fuck you are, no knowledge of yourself, you're still ignorant. And that's that little ignorance they're going to use against you. That's my whole point. Because they know what you know not. You got 3 degrees, but you still don't know who you are. That's the secret that they keep from your ass. Therefore, you in a state of darkness. Ignorance just means you in a state of darkness. Feel me? Now you see why they put these titles on us, man. Ignorance just means you're in a state of unawareness, state of darkness. That's all it means. And when you're in a state of darkness, you do dark things. You do fucked up things. Y'all been heating up today. Y'all been chopping it up. I feel bad for educated dummies. Yeah, it's a lot of educated dummies. That's true. They so book smart, they dumb in real life. Exactly. You got to be both, man. You got to be both. You got to be both. You feel me? So I understand the way America's set up. You have to have that American education. To be successful in America, you have to have that American education. Does not mean you have to be brainwashed by it. You have to know it and understand it. Once you know and understand how America works, that's how you be successful in America. When you don't know and understand America, you always become a victim of America. You always get caught in some type of loophole, some type of program. You get caught in some type of booby trap because you don't know and understand America. That's really why you're supposed to learn in their schools. You're supposed to learn American history so that one day you can decode it and learn the real history. Get it? And then you'll understand that the world functions off American history because it's his story and what he say goes. And if you go against what he say, you're going to become a problem. So that's why a lot of people got to be very crafty and very slick in how they go around his loopholes. See, you just got, when you know, just like the law, right? A lawyer, they know the law, so they know how to get through all the loopholes. When you know America, you get through all the loopholes. That's why the first thing I was trying to tell y'all, and I was pushing, was stop worried about that racism stuff. And once you crack the code on that loophole, you can start getting around other things. And you just what? Call it how you see it. When you see a racist person, you call them how you see it. That's it. But if ain't no racism going on around you, don't worry about this shit until it's done to you. Then you address it, and you address it correctly. But that's for everything. But I'm just trying to show you. Once you know and understand how this shit works, you just know how to learn how to maneuver through this shit. Because it's what? It's a fake world anyway. What's the fake world? The fake world they created. What? Telling lies, fake ass history. Everything they fucking put out here is a fucking damn near lie. So, but once you know the lies, you can finesse and be part of the truth. Those who don't know the lies, they the ones always caught up in the lie. They the ones living out his lies every day. Because they don't know. That's all they know. That's why I told you your people can be used against you because they don't know the truth. When you caught up in the enemy lies, you become the enemy. And that's why we are enemies of the state. We enemies of the state because they know who we are. And they know that these are our states. So we the enemy of the state because, like I said, don't let them wake up. Don't let them get back in power in that seat. Because then we going to be enemies of the state. You feel me? That's what all this shit is about. Now you see in that movie why they were chasing Will Smith around the whole time. And just so happened it was a black man. And they also were showing us GPS back then. They were showing us facial rec back then. And they were showing us closed circuit TV. All that was in that movie that came out, I think, 97, 98, somewhere around that time. They showed everything that's going on now. They showed us that 25 years ago. Told you, man. They've been had all this shit mapped out. Right now, they got some shit that we have no clue of that they playing with right now, and we ain't gonna probably get the shit to 2030. And by that time, that shit old. That's how they do this shit, y'all. Because remember, how you win the game, y'all? You win the game by staying steps ahead. So in order for them to stay steps ahead, they can't introduce us to everything that they got going on. They have to keep us from certain things. Why? Once we get our hands on it, we flip it, bounce it, prosper it. We become successful. So everything they got to keep away from us, and that's how they always get a head start on everything. That's why we always playing the catch-up game, trying to catch up to shit. All that's by design, y'all. That's why I said the real race is in society, and what place do we fall in? How many people are ahead of us? Are we in last? Are we winning any of the races? Because it really is a race. Why you think it's always about, well, China doing this? Africa, they doing this. America's doing this. China's doing this. Mexico, they doing this. It's all about races, right? Because every race is doing something different. Every race is trying to crack a different code. Or every country, should I say. They want to be the first to do this. They want to be the first to do that. Then I found out years ago, a lot of these fights amongst countries was over technology, airspace, satellite space. Who gonna be the first to drop? Who gonna first to crack the phone, the code on facial rec? Who gonna be the first to cash out off electric cars? That's what all that Iron Man shit was about. A lot of these fights was about technology. You ain't remember you watch certain movies. It was always, or shows, it was always about them trying to stop somebody because they got this and they got that. They got this certain document or they got this certain device that you got to get it. Raiders of the Law, all that shit is about technology, y'all. And don't forget, they say thousands of years ago, thousands upon thousands of years ago, your peoples knew all this technology. All this shit we see, they say ain't nothing new. It was just lost and now it's found again. That's what they say. How many of y'all saw the pyramids of Egypt with the light bulbs and all of that? I know some of y'all saw it. That's right. Other schools, that's right. They teach financing and banking. Why they don't teach us that? Why they don't teach us that? You got to go to college to learn that. Why they don't teach us that in school? For free. It's on purpose. All right, y'all. Y'all kept it going. Vlad Rice said human race is like ice cream, has multiple colors and flavors. That's right. That's a fact. So the number one thing is you judge people by their heart and you judge them by their mind. Because what skin gonna always deceive you. Skin will deceive you. It's just a fact. That's just a fact. You can have people with your same skin color that can hate you worse than any other race on the planet. Literally hate your ass. Want to see you dead. And they're the same exact color as you. What they say, the greatest trick in the world that the devil ever played was making the world think he didn't exist. Why? Because he is the master of hiding. That's what he do. He ain't called a man of darkness, the prince of darkness, for no reason. He masters darkness. He's the hidden one. That man is the most craftiest, slickest individual in the world. That's how he able to deceive everybody. It started with the garden, didn't it? It didn't stop at the garden, though. Why you think in New York City it's a place called a garden? We know there's Madison Square Garden, but it's really called the Garden. Every chance they get, they throw shots. I'm telling you what they be doing. They pay homage to their ancestors, and they throw shots at our ancestors. Get it? Thanksgiving celebrates their ancestors slaughtering us. And on the back end, it represents the misery and suffering of our people. See? On one hand, they'll celebrate their ancestors. On the other hand, they disrespect our ancestors. That's what they've been doing forever. Because they understand magic and they understand energy. It's not their job to big up our ancestors. That's how it works, y'all. Who up in? Chris Miller. He's had thousands upon thousands of years to practice what he does. He did. That's right. Because remember, back in the day, they ruled the world with bloodshed, living by the sword. But you got to remember one thing happened. When they transitioned, mind you, because we know about, okay, let's talk about the book. We know about the book, the Bible, but we also do know the time where the Romans came in and what they do. What Constantine do? What they do? Did they not remix the whole thing? That was around the time where they say, you know what? Us as Romans have to move another way. We're known for being the most killingest machine on the planet. We're known for slaughtering all the nations. Now we got to switch our formula up. And they put this thing together called what? That you see now, the Church of Rome. My point is this: even the powers that be understood years ago, they had to switch their style up. They knew they couldn't just go around the earth pillaging and killing. They also know about nature and how things work with payback. So they understood that they had to move a whole nother way. And the way they're moving is what you see today. But they cracked that code thousands and thousands of years ago. So they pillage, conquer the land, and then they play mind games with the people they conquered after that. That's why everybody they conquered is still on their same soil. They just don't know it. You feel me? They convinced the whole South America to think they're somebody else. Convinced the whole North America and Canada they're somebody else. Went all around the world and made everybody think they're somebody else. You feel me? Because once they conquer, the job is for you to not know who you are. That's what it is. It's all it is, man. It's all mental. Thanksgiving is an important holiday because everybody need to eat. Oh, I see you now. That Avatar movie, can't believe that a movie. That's right. I peeped that when it first came out. Yep. That movie is about us, Avatar. They just switched it and gave them blue skin. That's a fact, Miss Deja. That's right. I'm telling you, man, half the cartoons and stuff out was about anything damn near went to Hollywood, damn near was about us. That cartoon B movie is about us. I'm telling you, man. Hollywood the whole time, half their shit was about us. About us or aimed at us. I'm telling you. And then you had stories that was about us. You know what they did to throw you off? They got white actors to act the movie out. I'm telling you, man. That's how I learned the science I told you before. How you could tell this how the move look, how you could tell a movie that's supposed to be about black people, if it's white actors, they'll make them wear all black and they have black hair. They have black hair, black outfits on that represent black people in the movie, Hollywood. There's a lot of things they did, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Why you think in the Matrix they all had on all black? But they told you truth about Morpheus. They made him black. But another thing, don't forget Matrix was written by a black woman. Also, people understand that I saw that word, the word matrix is also in the Bible. Matrix represent the womb. I'm telling you, I spoke about this already. But I'm gonna keep reminding you to show you that Half the shit they did in Hollywood, a lot of that shit was our stories, and a lot of shit they did was to use certain things against us. Like them bringing out Emmett Till. You getting smarter? Let's bring out another movie and remind them that they niggas. And let's show all the migrants, all the new people that came to America, let's show them as niggas. Let's show them as people getting sprayed with water hoses and bitten by dogs. We got to keep showing that every couple years so the new people that come to America get the full picture. And this is how they brainwash them to keep these fake ass narratives going. And this is how they turn them against us. Because remember, we only here to get everybody rich. We only cool for everybody because everybody makes money off of us. The minute we start spending money with everybody, watch everybody turn on us. Well, we know that ain't going to happen. Why? Because a lot of our people are brainwashed. That's just what it is. That's right. Matrix, matriarch. That's right. That's right. Same word. That's right. That's right. You got to know about them dimensions. That's the shit they don't want you to know about. Anyway, y'all, I mean this time. I'm about to get out of here. Y'all kept this episode going, so don't get it twisted. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody listening, everybody that caught this play for the first time. Other than that, man, I'm For No Fame. It's For No Fame Live episode 295. Y'all know I'll be back again. Look, tomorrow, Wednesday already. So y'all see this shit flying, man. Y'all make sure you have a blessed day. Stay strong, stay right, and stay focused. I'm out.